to a undisclosed location, you know. Today we are doing a first thoughts on the Schwalbe Magic Mary trail, my new front tyre setup. Funny fact, I recorded this video once and deleted it. So we are going to be giving this baby a go down a well-known run. It is a bit wet, I ain't great in the wet, but I'll let you know my first thoughts on this tyre. So here we go. Like I say, a little bit wet today, but I thought I'd give this run a go. Gives a good mix of up and down for the tyres. Hopefully I'm getting a good angle on the GoPro as well, and we'll see just how that goes. It's not going to be hard and fast. It's going to be smooth, steady, and giving these tyres a go. So what I can tell you straight away from changing from the shredder, which you had, is rolling resistance is vastly improved, Grip, not quite as good as the shredder, but a lot better than the Butcher. If you watched the video a few weeks ago, when I rode the Butcher grid, when I felt like I had nothing at all. Other positives of this tyre being the trail variant and not the gravity variant, going out sideways, is it's a lot lighter. So the bike front end is a lot more manoeuvrable now. Very, very wet down here. I'm going to have to be super, super cautious. I don't know if I'll get through this. So we do have plenty of grip with this tyre, just not as much as the shredder. It is not a comparable tyre to the shredder. What I'm hoping it is a really good all-round tyre. For me, I need maximum grip. I am a terrible, terrible rider. I don't carry enough speed through things. I'm on my brakes all the time, and I'm overly cautious. What I'm hoping is, even though I'm going to get additional rolling resistance out of this tyre, I want the grip. That's what's important to me at this point in my riding journey. Whoa, a bit slippy there. I'm also testing out some new brake pads today, which I'll let you know about in a couple of weeks when I've given them a run. So far, this is the first proper test they've had. I've not really had much going. So, coming back to this tyre then, with it being the trail kitting and lighter, what I'm feeling is a lot of cushioning in the tyre itself. I'm not getting anywhere near as much arm pump as I was prior. The tyre is really, really soft. You can, sounds weird, but you can sort of feel it moulding over the bumps and the rocks, and it just takes a lot away from you. Today, this is like riding down a river today. Right. So it gets a bit herby down here a little bit. I'm going to have to be super cautious. Not like I won't be. Anyway, foot off. Back on Scott. I'm hoping this other camera angle is working. Oh, that's me down. That's me down. I went too cautious then. I was out of that, and I was right. That is the life of a below average MTB. So let's see what we've got here. Be careful. I think this is where Gav went over the handlebars a few weeks ago, so we'll not make his mistake. Sorry, Gav. But you know, there are some areas down here where it's a bit sort of clay-like in spots. Over the most, there's some down on white coppice as well, and you just sink. You don't move. So you've got to be careful. So as I said, I'm finding this a really comfortable run at the moment. Right. It's eating up everything that it's throwing at me. Oh, I should be careful here. Ruts. Woo! So next up, what we're going to do, we're going to get down here, and then we're going to climb back up and out of this and see what they're like on the climbing. That could have been where Gav went down as well, so we'll stay to that. It's taking the slop quite well today. It is a nice long run, this. I'd say this is probably my second favourite, even though this is only the second time I've rode it. I've rode it down once and up once. It's probably my second favourite descent around here. My favourite so far, hands down, is the Great Hill down to white coppice descent. That thing is immense, it really, really is. Not a big fan of dog kennels, it's just too riggy, it's bloody horrible. I think to do that with any sort of speed and control you've got to be above average, and well, I'm not, am I? Right, so funny story, I've just done a load of great little drop downs and that with another camera angle, which hopefully you'll be seeing in a moment. Maybe turn it on. So we've got some bits coming up here though. Make some redemption for it, hopefully. Oh, back end's going. Probably need a touch of pressure out today actually, if I'm being deadly honest with you. So I might take a little bit out as I'm coming back up. We're in a bit of a riverbed here. I've just chose the wrong line then. Maybe. So yeah, possibly a bit of rear tyre out on the way back up, I think. Front's spot on. It's just when you hit them little dodgy sort of banks of mud, just a bit off camber, and then that'd be me gone. So the rear tyre that I run is a Magic Mary Gravity Radial, so a little bit of a tougher casing than the front one. With it being the rear wheel and me quite a heavy set fellow, it makes sense to run that heavier tyre. It might turn out in the end as I progress I need the heavier front as well. So the heavier front tyre is going to protect your rim more, but as it stands right now, it's not something that I need. Right, so another fun fact, I don't think I've actually brought my memory card for that other camera, so you've probably got absolutely no other angles. Give these Rockies a little run. Yeah, holding it quite well. And we're down. And that is the X run. Do you know what run this has been? I'm sure any of you Rivington boys do. It's a nice little trail down, dead steady. Really, really good. So one of my biggest troubles and anxieties with mountain biking is this. Well, not mountain biking, but emtb. I forgot to charge the bike, so I've got to the bottom of quite a run and I'm down on 40%. I only came with about 66%. It was cold all overnight, so that's effectively how the battery's performing, and it's a bit cold and blustery today. So the ride I wanted to do is going to come to an end, so I need to sort a solution for this. But anyway, we're going to drop a little bit of tyre pressure out. I think the problem with the camera was I was trying to record in 120 frames per second and I don't have a memory card sufficient for it, so I think I've sorted that now. We'll try it in a minute and drop a bit of pressure out and we'll go back up and give them a test in reverse. Going downhill, but I don't mind the challenge of trying to get up something reasonable. Yeah, it's just, I'm just not confident on them downhills. But going up, I really enjoy this. So I did this route the other week, which is why I'm testing it here today for the tyres. And I did the route up using the butcher grid that I had. And I got up, okay. But it was quite dry. It's nowhere near as wet as it is at the top now. But it was a bumpy old road going up. And it's a lot less bumpy using this baby. So now it's going to be a case of choosing the right gearing and lines for me to get up all of this, which I might have just messed up. Just went off balance a touch. But yeah, it's just a case of picking the right lines, taking my time. Line choice is everything doing this. But having this tyre on does make it a little bit easier in terms of what it will pull me out. That soft compound just wraps, absolutely wraps around stuff. See that was me taking the wrong line because I'm gabbing. So I'm going to quit gabbing for a minute, get up here and see how we are. It's a bit windy, be up on that edge. Got to watch for pedal strikes here, which I'm doing, and to be honest, camera strike at the moment, if that camera's now working. Piss poor preparation. Bang average. Another pedal strike, it's all on me, that. And this is like, that's just a fucking no-go for me. Come on. What I'd like to know is, what do you guys run? What tyres do you run for super wet? And then you sort of all year, are you going for like a super fast rolling tyre? Are you like me that want the best grip you can sort of reasonably get? I've absolutely loved having a shredder on the front for the winter. I think it's saved me many times. It was a bit of a poor purring I found with the Mary on the rear because the grip levels were so indifferent. But that could also be rider error within that as well. Because again, I'm not great. But I think come next winter, it's going to be a double shredder for the bad stuff. Even though it's going to knock a heavy percentage off my battery. As just changing to this Mary has saved me about 12 to 15% on my rides. I've tested that sort of real world against Gav and his Amfloor. And he's been using the same tyres all along, and I've pulled back sort of 12 to 15% depending on what we're doing on him. So proof that the rolling resistance in them is heavy. Running a dual setup of them, it's going to be even worse, but I'll just have to pick my rides and see how it goes. Such a nice feeling, these tyres, man. Oh, trying to get myself out of here now. Woo! Come on, baby. Pulls me up nice, just a bit of wheel spin, but the Mary gripped on the back, which is obviously what you want. My God, we're everywhere. That's that climb up done, that ascent. Nice run, a bit slippy at the top, but got up it no problem. A great set of tyres, a truly great set of tyres. Very happy with them. I don't know if I could go much better and notice any different. I really don't. It seemed like the perfect setup for me. See what that gets like when we get into the drier weathers, which started last weekend, have gone again this weekend. Right now I'm going to go over the top of the moor to a bit of a gully drop that I was introduced to last week. I was recording that day, but the weather was so bad the footage just didn't come out, so I'm going to go and attempt that. It's a bit of a risky one for me. It's quite steep, quite shaly. Probably shouldn't be riding it on my own, but I'm going to give it a go, and if this wind buggers off, I'll stick drone up as well. So as I said earlier, my biggest bugbear with emtb is if you don't prepare, you fail. 21% I'm down to. I've not really done any mileage at all, to be honest. I had plans of an all afternoon ride, but I just didn't get myself sorted. But I've got an idea. I'm going to work on it. Right, I've only ever done this once before. We've got the drone on. This is more of a brake test than it is a tyre test, but we'll give it a go. We barely stopped coming down here the other week. Can hear the drone with us somewhere. Gonna have to watch my front here. Right, I didn't make it this far down last week, so this is a plus. It's getting a bit slutchy, but I've got grip, so that's good news. Brakes are rolling in real nice, actually. Now it's getting a bit sketchy for me. I think this is known as the Gully. Again, rode this the other week, but the weather was so bad that the footage was just unwatchable. Woo! Oh my God, bad that the footage was just unwatchable. No. Oh my God, I've just got a GoPro stuck in footage was just unwatchable. Woo! Oh my God, I've just got a GoPro stuck in my wheel. Look at that. Oh God. God. Am I going to fix this? Right. Sorry. But drone's just hit me. Right, so we've got that out. I hope it's not causing any damage. I don't think it has. Do this steep drop. Again, last week I had nothing coming down here. Brakes were squelching and everything. Changed over to these new pads, which a lot of people were recommending. The GoPros fell off, so we've got to stop. I've got the GoPro. The mount's knackered after it went to my wheel. Wait till you see where the drone is. The drone just stopped. Up here. Oh, I'm not built for going up hills. The drone is just hovering here. So I think it thinks it's too windy. Let's say hello to it.
Collision detected. Aircraft landing automatically.
Collision detected. That's when it hit me in the back a minute ago. So we'll stick it back up and we'll give it another go. Oh, I can't believe. Come on, drone, I'm over here. Oh God, it's gone. It's way too windy for it. It's a stupid idea, Scott. I can't believe my GoPro just wrapped around into my wheel. I'll have to check all those spokes in a minute. Felt all right, couldn't see any loose, but you never know. So, cut to me getting back on the bike and going down this big hill. God knows. At least I got that on camera. My only fall off, touch wood today, is me walking down the hill after saving the drone. I am the drone saviour. So back to it. Again, brakes were absolutely terrible last week. I couldn't slow down on this. I just held on for dear life and I was giving it everything to try and stay on. But not needed that this week. Drone is going into the field currently. But it is coming. Stupid idea to put it up really, but it is what it is. So that's actually a really nice drop down there. That gully is nice and durable. It was a bit bad the other week with the weather that we had. But it is what it is, isn't it? You've got to try and ride in everything. And then we get to the unrideable section here. So I think I'll call that a day. I'll see you at the van in a minute. So back at the van now. Not a bad afternoon riding, although the plan was to ride into late afternoon. That's not happening because of that. And you know, I said I had no damage. Done a spoke. It's a good job. I did an awesome job of taping this rim. Have you seen that video? If you've not, you should probably watch it and see how to do it, because I've done a cracking job because this tyre is still up. But yeah, snapped a spoke just after I've got these right as well. I'm supposed to be riding over the weekend and recording, so it's probably going to be a change of wheel and put the shredder back on. I'm going to have to get a spoke and sort that out now. It's one thing after another. But tyres, fantastic. They have done the job. It's just I've prepared badly and then I hit a little bit of a sidewall and snapped a spoke on my wheel. Thanks for watching.